Stop scrolling and let's spend a minute in the Bible together. We're in John chapter 4, and Jesus has just returned to Cana, the same place where he performed his first miracle, the first sign that showed the world who he was. And as he arrives, he meets this guy who is a royal official. Now, John doesn't tell us much about this royal official. We don't know his name, we don't know anything else about him, but we do know that because he's a royal official, this is an important guy. And he comes to Jesus because he has a problem. Now, what's weird is that normally this guy would be able to solve his own problems, but this is one that he cannot fix because his son is sick. He's close to death. And so he comes and he speaks to Jesus and he begs Jesus to heal his son. But Jesus responds to him by saying something kind of strange. In verse 48, he says, "Unless you people see signs and wonders, you will never believe." It's weird because we know that from John's gospel, the signs and wonders are recorded there for us so that we will see who Jesus is and believe that he is who he says he is, that he really is God's promised king, that he really is the Messiah, the Son of God. We'll come back in a minute to talk about why Jesus says that, but the royal official, he hears what Jesus says, but he's so concerned about his son that he says, "Sir, come down before my child dies." And Jesus replies, "Go, your son will live." And the man, he takes Jesus at his word and he goes, and sure enough, he finds out that his son has been healed and his son is going to live. Now, when this royal official gets home and he finds out that his son was healed at the exact moment that Jesus said, "Your son will live," he believes. Not just him, but his whole household, they believe in Jesus too. And John tells us that this was the second sign that Jesus performed after coming from Judea to Galilee. Well, what do we learn from this story in John chapter 4? Well, a couple of things. First, we learn that Jesus is not any ordinary person. Remember, John has recorded these signs so that you will believe that Jesus is the Son of God. This royal official, he couldn't heal his son by himself, but Jesus could heal his son using just his words. He has the authority of the Son of God even over life and death. The second thing we learn is that yes, Jesus performed these signs and wonders so that we might believe in him, but actually it's his desire that we would believe in him based on who he is, not what he does in these signs and wonders. You don't need to wait for there to be writing in the sky to tell you that Jesus is who he says he is. He's given you his word, and that is enough to believe. The third awesome thing that stands out in this passage is this amazing example of faith. You see, this royal official, Jesus tells him, "Your son will live," and he takes Jesus at his word. Verse 50, before he's ever seen that his son would be healed, he believed Jesus. He took him at his word. And then when he goes home and he sees that his son has been healed, he and his whole family put their trust in Jesus. That is what faith is, to take Jesus at his word and to put your whole trust in him.